Today we're going to be talking about should you, yes you, take an unpaid internship. I don't know why I did yes you, but should you take an unpaid internship? I have a couple stats that are we're going to look at, as well as kind of share my opinion as to why one way or the other. So I've always had an opinion about why you shouldn't take an unpaid internship. I never actually said, hey, let's go find out a few reasons, a few stats, and kind of see if I can support my own bias and my own critical thinking skills as to why I think they're bad ideas, instead of me just telling you, don't take unpaid internship because Dylan says so. I want instead to find some reputable source to kind of go over that. So in this case, we're looking at the National Association of Colleges and Employers. So this is basically an agency that runs data and stats on this sort of thing, specifically for college grads. And you'll see here that in 2013, and we're going to look at some 2015 statistics, but I just thought that this was an interesting article because this is the first one I came across, but I wanted to find something a little more recent, and I'll include the links to both these articles down below. But in 2013, basically, two out of three people who got paid internships were offered jobs at the end of the internship. Now, you compare that with unpaid internships, which the average internship usually is about 3 months. So you're basically working for free on whatever they want you to work on for 3 months. We're 37% likely to get an internship. And when you compare that to people who didn't do an unpaid internship, we're only 2% more likely to actually get a job over the people who didn't. So essentially what you're saying is for 3 months you're working for free for a 2% more likely chance of getting a job. But you say, but Dylan, I get the 2%, I get something on my resume, and then maybe I'm in the 37% and they offer me a job. All right, well, let's go back down over here. So as you might, if you have critical thinking skills, and you might say to yourself, you know, someone who's so cheap that they're not going to pay me probably is not going to offer me a very good salary either. And it turns out that, yes, you will get screwed over there as well. So here we are and saying, okay, well, when working for companies who actually paid you to show up and work. And by the way, there is no barrier of pay. We're not saying you have to pay these people $30 an hour, $20 an hour. We're talking about minimum wage. The legal amount the government says that you can pay somebody who is useless. That's it. That is it. The legal amount that you can pay somebody. Not a cent. Illegal for you to pay them less. So as we can see here, when they actually got job offers, when they took unpaid internships, they were actually paid 1/3 less. Or, depending on how you look at it, the people who took paid internships, not only did they get paid for those 3 months, they actually make 50% more money than those who did not. And in 2015, it looks like your chance goes up to 44% as well. So you're still you're batting, 2 out of 5 on that one. 2.5 out of 5, we'll say, compared to 72%. So more people are getting hired for internships. So these are some stats, right? These are things I have always believed, and for the most part knew to be true, right? As web developers, we oftentimes get those, hey, I have equity ideas and stuff like that. And this is basically what it is to me. And when we look at that first stat of you're going from 35% chance to get hired to 37%, and in that 37% you're now devoting your time and energy for a 2% chance, while in reality, if you devoted your time and energy to your own projects, you devoted your time and energy to anything else, honestly, you could probably, or just apply to more jobs until you got a paid internship, you'd be in a significantly better spot. I hate when I see people tell people to take unpaid internships because it means you don't value yourself. And I understand if you're a liberal arts major. I understand that. I get it. You don't have a lot of choices. And I don't say that to be mean. What I'm saying that if you have a degree that doesn't teach you a technical skill, I understand that the job market is significantly harder for you. And when watching this video, I understand if you take unpaid internships. What I don't understand is when you are a technical person taking an unpaid internship when there are roles out there to be filled. And I understand taking a low-paying job, low-paying internship. My first role paid me $12 an hour. I would have been happy with minimum wage, which I think was like $8 at the time. But don't ever take an unpaid internship. And most people can't. It's unfair, too. So it's unfair for somebody to say, hey, this person who's better off because they live at home and they live with their family and they don't have any bills. Maybe they're younger and their life isn't established with mortgages and children. It's unfair. It's unfair advantage where someone can go and take an unpaid internship. It's an awful premise. And I would never want to work for a company who takes advantage of people. And that's what I consider it. And as the stats show, if you are willing to not get paid, you are willing to take less than your field should be. As I have seen people who have taken unpaid internships and gotten jobs get paid less, they then sometimes put out the message that, you know, those stats that you see on like Glassdoor and LinkedIn and all these reputable, massive agencies who collect more data on what people are actually making, you know, that median income, that middle income, you know, I only make half of that. So all those stats, all that data that they collect from the millions of jobs that they have on there and the hundreds of thousands of people who reported on Glassdoor, it's just lies. Fake news, baby. Fake news. You know, because I'm making $34,000, and you know this says people who have my job are making $55,000, and my company wouldn't do me like, oh yeah, you mean the company who essentially had you do indentured servitude for 3 months with no guarantee of anything at the end, and if there was 3 of you, the other 2 said, oh, bye, baby. We'll give you a nice letter of recommendation. Don't worry about that. Would you mind writing that up for us, and we'll sign it and send it to you? We don't have the time. We're trying to get some new free labor in here. All right, so when you guys think about this, and I understand it's easy to get caught up in the moment, and it's easy to say, you know, Dylan, I just want to get my foot in the door. Understand that what you're giving up is essentially a 2% difference, where you are saying, hey, I'm going to devote 3 months of my time for something that's going to pay me like garbage. And then at the end of it, pay me like garbage if I'm lucky. Pay me at all and for a letter of recommendation. Which as someone in a technical field, I can tell you I've gotten a letter of recommendation. Not once has it ever been asked for. I offer it every single time. I promise you it's not going to do you very much good. Your time is better spent coding your stuff, not running errands in the office and doing text edits, okay? No one's going to hire somebody to build an application from the ground up, not pay them, and then charge a client for that is a solid application, because you probably don't have the skills to do it if you're taking unpaid work. So please, please, please think about what the result is, and that 2% difference that you're going to take a very big gamble. And mind you, I'm all about taking educated risks in life. This is a uneducated risk. That is the thing, is you are investing time and energy into something that, statistically speaking, will not benefit your career and will actually cause more harm, because you're going to take an opportunity. I'm using that term very loosely. You're going to take an opportunity that, even if you do get a job offer, the pay is going to be 33% less than what it should be on average. And you're a technical individual, if you're a developer watching this in software, and you're worth more. That, statistically speaking, you're worth something to somebody, even if it's a little bit of money, and you're better off waiting to do a paid internship, even if it doesn't pay that much, because not only will you have a larger chance of getting hired, you will actually be able to get a livable salary at the end of it. So if you see people recommending unpaid internships, just understand that they don't know what they're talking about. So I hope that you guys, and that's not to say it doesn't work out for some people. You know, you can bet you can bet your life savings on roulette. Eventually, someone's gonna hit it, right? So 1 in 3 person is making 1 in 3 people here got a job. 2 out of 3 didn't. And that 1 in 3 is making 33% less than the other 2 people who, when 2 out of 3 got a paid internship, got a role. So when you look at it like that, maybe wait for the paid internship and improve your skills in the meantime. Work on side projects. Go to hackathons. Continue learning on your own. You'll be better off. So that's my 2 cents on unpaid internships. I really hope you guys aren't taking them. And I hope you're valuing yourself more so than... then I think a lot of people are taking these things. That's what scares me, which is why I'm doing this video. So just keep that in mind, and I wish you all the best of luck, man. It's rough out there. I understand how you can get conned into taking an unpaid internship, but try not to. So best of luck to you guys. As always, thank you so much for commenting on the video, liking on the video, subscribing to the video. And if you have any unpaid internship stories, leave them in the comments below, whether they were successes, whether they were failures. You know, it doesn't have to support my narrative, right, or the facts. Like I said, there are outliers to everything. And let us know. I'm always interested to hear about people's experiences. I will see you next time. And if you're a liberal arts major, don't take it personally, but you know you're not. You know you have to take an unpaid internship. But we're talking about technical people. I'm just giving you guys a hard time if you're a liberal arts major. Bye, guys. The underwater basket weavers are going to be popping off in the chat here. Hey, baby. Great news. I finally got a role.
Great. What's the pay?
Well, it's actually unpaid.
I'm sick of paying your rent, Dylan.
Quick shout out to deviceplus.com. If you're interested in the latest IoTs, hacks, do-it-yourself projects revolving around Arduino and Raspberry Pi, they have some great how-to guides. I highly encourage you to check them out, and thanks for watching.